everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's game this weekend against Bournemouth. Yes, it's the Eddie Howe derby at 5:30 down on the south coast. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute, have a look about how we think we're going to line up, and talk about where we think the game may be won, drawn, or lost. Hopefully, none of the previous 3 points is massively required this weekend. But we're going to get stuck right into that in a minute. Just before we do, a little reminder: if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. We'd love you to come and join us. We are currently just one subscriber away from 2,500. Please smash that button. Come and join us. Just over a year, I think we've been going. So to have 2,500 subs is amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who's shown the support and the love. Loads of room for you here. All free content, nevermore. 2 weekly shows, Mondays and Wednesdays, and pop-up videos just like the one you're about to watch. So go on, give us a click. You won't regret it. So let's get stuck in then. So as I mentioned, we're travelling down to Bournemouth at the minute in a very precarious position. They're sitting 19th in the Premier League, almost look dead certs to go down. The fans have turned on Gary O'Neill. It's all gone a little bit shit for the Cherries, to be fair. Nice club, nice fan base. There's a real connection between the two of us. Obviously, the manager, for one, Eddie Howe. We all love Eddie Howe. Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, Matt Ritchie. We've got a lot of players who have a connection to this club as well. And, there will be a bit of nostalgia going on, I think, in amongst the squad and the manager. But when kickoff comes, it'll all be about business. There's no doubt about that in my mind. So let's have a little look about how we think we're going to take care of business and who are those people who are going to take care of the business. So this is the team that I've went for. Mark and I have agreed on this, that it's pretty much unchanged from West Ham, with one massive exception. Is Maxi has been hooped for Gordon, in our opinion. I think Maxi was absolutely horrendous against West Ham. I think Gordon showed a brilliant little cameo and a flash what he could do. No pun intended, Flash Gordon. I think he'll start the game. I think he's probably shown enough in training to show that he's worth a go. I think Eddie Howe will want to give him a go. I think he's hardworking as well. He does as much work defensively as offensively. So I think this will be a perfect game to see what Anthony Gordon can do. Isak's back in the squad, which is class. Absolutely love that. I think if Isak had been in the squad last weekend, we would have beat West Ham because he would have come off the bench and made a difference. But we've gone with Callum up front. I think Callum will still keep that starting berth. He scored against West Ham. He should have had another two, really. Should have had a hat-trick. He still looked a little bit ring rusty, but I think he will get the chance against his old club to do something, to get on the score sheet, hopefully. But if he doesn't, Isak will be waiting in the wings, and I'm sure Alexander Isak will want to make a massive impact because he wants that starting berth against Manchester United at Wembley, 100%. So we need to see Isak fit, firing, raring to go, and put real pressure on Callum for that number 9 slot. Midfield, we've got Joe slipping back in the midfield. Joe Linton, he was immense against West Ham, brilliant in midfield. Danger of getting another yellow card, that is a big concern, but I think Mark cleared that up in the comments on the show on Wednesday, that it's only a Premier League ban if he gets those 2 other yellow cards, so hopefully he won't miss the final anyway. Obviously, we're missing Bruno. That's a massive miss. But the lads did well. I think Longstaff and Joe Linton in particular were class against West Ham. Willock was a little bit poor, but this is a game where I think Willock will have a lot of space to use that pace that he's got and his ability to stretch teams, and hopefully we'll see a better shift from Willock, and the back five just picks itself, really. So in terms of our hosts for the day, in terms of their injury crisis, so just looking at some of their team news here. So they are missing some really big players. I mean, Lloyd Kelly's a huge player for them, really good player. He's missing through injury, as is Stanislas. David Brooks, obviously, from his long-term kind of recovery back from that injury that he had, or the condition he was diagnosed with. So it's great to see him on the way back, but I don't think he's quite ready yet. They're going to make some late calls on Lewis Cook, who's a hard-working player for them, Dominic Solanke as well, and Marcus Tavernier, who's really, really busy. I think in terms of the threats from them, they've got a trainee and as a Hamad Traore, who looked quite good in his kind of a maiden appearance for Bournemouth in the number 10 role. So he looked quite dangerous. I think one of the big players that Lee picked out on this Wednesday's Evermore was Billing in midfield. He's a very good player. He's hard-working. He's strong in the tackle. He's capable of shooting from range as well, which we saw earlier on in the season. He smashed one in against us at St James's Park. So I think the midfield are going to have to be at it. But looking at our team and looking at their team, again, on paper, football isn't played on paper, but we should beat them. We should beat them hands down, really. I mean, they're not in great form. We'll have a look at the head-to-heads here in terms of how we look in terms of the games against each other and the form guide going in. You can see there, Bournemouth are in terrible form. They're in free fall, 19th in the Premier League. I think they're sitting, I'm just going to look at that points here in a minute. They're sitting almost in I wouldn't say a position of no return, but it's not looking good for them really at the minute in terms of getting out of that situation. just looking at the table, yeah, they're on 17 points. If they change the manager, potentially can they get out? If they win, they're out of the bottom three. Gary O'Neill certainly seems to have lost the fan base, and I think that's pressure that they don't need as a club, because they will probably try to sit back against Newcastle United, because we always start on the front foot, we always go at teams, and they'll try and sit back and contain that. If we get the first goal in this game, I think they'll fold like a shite deck chair on the deck of the Titanic, going down quick. So I think they need that first goal, so they're going to have to come onto us. The fans will turn on them quick, and it'll leave them open. And with our runners, I think we'll pick them off. But looking there, 19th in the table, form guide there, they've only drawn one game there and there in the last five. We're unbeaten in our last five. A lot of draws there for Newcastle, though. This is a game that we need to win. The head-to-head in the Premier League, out of 9 games, we edge it with 4 wins to their 2, 15 goals to their 12. So they're not massively high-scoring games. Apart from that, I think the last couple were decent enough. 1 clean sheet apiece. And you can see there the last few games that we played, we've got 3 wins there, a couple of draws, down at the Vitality there as well. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I think no game's an easy game in the Premier League right now, regardless of what team you're playing, with the exception of Liverpool. I'm only joking, Liverpool fans. No, I think most games are hard games, but Newcastle United have got to go at this game, and they've got to go at it hard and fast and win this game and win it quick. Win it early on, get a couple of goals in front, and Bournemouth will not come back into this game. We've got huge games coming up. So Liverpool after this, and then we've got the final against Manchester United. If we can get the win today, I beg your pardon, on Saturday, a convincing win, go to the Liverpool game, the way they're playing, they're there for the taking, especially at St James's Park. If we can bounce into that final with 2 wins back to back, then confidence will be sky high. Players will be chests out, ready to go. If they ever needed to be more ready for a final, 2 wins back to back gives you that confidence as well. So for me, predictions, I think I said 2-0 on the pod. I'm going to stick with 2-0. I think we are struggling to score goals at the minute, but I think we will score enough goals to get rid of these at the weekend. Sorry, Bournemouth fans. I think I'm looking at 3 points to Newcastle United. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with the team, and also whether you agree or disagree with the score. But hopefully, we're looking at 3 points from Newcastle United this weekend, and then that keeps us in the top 4 hunt, and also keeps the confidence high in the lead up to the Carabao Cup final, which we're all buzzing for on the 26th. So we're just finishing up there. This is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team, Enquiries United. Just a reminder, if you like this kind of thing, smash the subscribe button, come and join us. Also, if you like the video, it helps get it around YouTube, really helps the channel grow. We're growing really well in the first year, but every bit of support really, really helps as well. So let's hope the Mags get 3 points of the weekend, everybody. Have a cracking day wherever you are. We'll see you later. Cheers.